Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, fam. My name is MagdalineJanet. If you're new, welcome to the fam. Please don't forget to like and subscribe because we're always here having a good time. And come visit me on TikTok and Instagram because I'm there daily. And of course, welcome back to my oldies, the goodies. By now, you've seen my review on this bad boy right here. That's what I have on my skin right now. You know, e.l.f. also released these bad boys. They're Camo Liquid Blushes. Anytime a liquid blush comes out, it always reminds me of the Rare Beauty liquid blushes. I feel like they're the ones that really hone in on a liquid type of blush that's super pigmented. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's these bad boys right here. Oh my god, like, you see? So these are about $18 to $20. These are $7. So I'm thinking, because I have 4 shades and I want to demo them all to you, I'm going to do the full review today and then do an application tomorrow with 2 other shades, just so you have all of the options and you can see how it applies on my skin tone. I am medium to tan skin tone. So before we get started, let me give you info about these. The new e.l.f. Cosmetics Camo Liquid Blushes come in 9 shades. They retail for $7. This is a long-lasting dewy flush. This liquid blush is lightweight and effortlessly blends out to a soft finish, while the rounded groove applicator applies the perfect amount of blush every time. They're long-lasting and deliver high pigment pops of color to the cheek. Great for dry, oily combination skin. I'm thinking, which one should we use? I want to use this one for sure. These today, these tomorrow. Okay, so the shade is Coral Crush Pinky Promise. Lately, you know, I've been doing underpainting, so I've been doing it underneath, but I'm not going to do that today. So my foundation's been on now for about 10 minutes or 15 minutes now. I do have a small face, so when it comes to liquid products, I have to be very careful how I apply it, because if I apply too much, it can spread throughout my whole face. I don't have like a lot of space here. I have a little head, you know, which means I got a little face. I'm very particular. Well, not all the time. Sometimes, honestly, I'm in a rush. I'm just like, and then I look crazy, but you know. Actually, what am I saying? Let me lip swatch. Wow. Let me swatch these for you. Oh my god, I feel like I'm all over the place. I woke up at 5:30 today to start filming, and I'm like, wait, what is happening? So let me show you. Wow, this doe foot is big and it brings a good amount of product out. You see that? Okay, let's swatch them. So this is the pink one. They feel creamy. So next is Coral Crush. They feel so light, like it feels like nothing. Oh, these are kind of sheer. They're not as pigmented as I imagined. Not pigmented, but oh yeah, they are pigmented. This one's, yeah. Oh yeah, that pigment it's legit. You see how wet it is too? It's hydrating. Okay, they look really good. I got this brush too. Is this a foundation brush? No, I think it's a liquid blush brush. It has a nice little, oh, okay, angle. So I want to just apply a little bit. I always say a little bit, and this is how I do. And I don't know if this is like too dense. So I like to apply it right here at the top. Once you blend it out, it's going to spread. This one is looking and applying a little sheer. So I'm just tapping in. Oh, this is nice. Just kidding, this is nice. You know me, I want to put more on. This is how I get into the trouble I always get into, and I'm like, my blush looks bad. Well, this brush is nice. Just blend this out. And I like to do my concealer after my liquid blush. Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah, this brush is nice too. I like. I'm gonna use something kind of similar from Fenty. Now we're gonna go with Coral Crush. This is an orange shade. I really love an orange blush. This is a bronzer brush, but it's cool. Let's see. These are very liquidy. I would suggest to kind of let it dry down first. You see, it could blend away if you don't let it dry down. And I say that because liquids like this, they have some dry down time. I would give it let's give it like 10 seconds and see how it blends out. This way, when you're blending, it kind of is stuck a little bit onto your skin, so it doesn't blend away as quickly as we saw that first sort of swatch, you know? Now we've let this dry down. Okay, there we go. These are buildable too. I have to build it up. That first trial, it kind of just blends away. Again, these are also $7, you know? Okay, no lie. I like this. Let me turn off the light so you can see that pigment, that hydration, and you see how it's not patching. That's what I always look for in blushes, especially liquid ones, because that just could happen. It's one of those things, especially liquid on top of liquid. That's why I always suggest for you to let your foundation dry down. If your foundation's super wet still, it's slippery, and then you put something wet on top of that slipperiness, you can get a lot of mush going on. You don't have to wait as long as I did. You could just wait, I don't know, depending on the foundation. Like this one's super hydrating. I would say maybe like 5 minutes, 3 minutes if you have it. Go make your coffee and then come back, you know? So this looks good. Wow, this is quite impressive. The pigment and the hydration is what's kind of like, we got something here. Girl, you can see the difference in these blushes. Okay, for real, let me add concealer and I'm back. Okay, I'm blending out this concealer and you see how it just toned everything down? You can always go back with your blush brush and kind of reinforce without adding additional product onto where that concealer kind of took over. You can always add more, but I just kind of like it. I want it to look blended out, not how it was before, like I'm using this Laura Mercier powder and I'm gonna set the blush like this. You see how pigmented it is? You can still see it. It does lighten it up a little bit because you're going over powder with it. So if your blush is ever super intense, once you set it down with powder, it will settle down and become a little more subtle. Okay, so after setting the skin, the blush is super subtle, which is a good thing. Like you can just kind of go like this and be done. But I'm feeling like I need a little more. So when it comes to liquid blushes, you can use it two ways. You can use it as a base. So you put your liquid and then you top it over with a powder blush. If you wear your makeup for long periods, if you have oily skin, I always suggest that sort of double reinforcement because it'll just make your blush last a long time. Or you can just use this liquid blush as a base. We can leave it like this and then just see how the day goes. I'm thinking of setting a little bit with some powder blush. And I say that because we need a little love, you know? So I'm gonna add like a little bit. This is super pigmented. This is the pink one, right? Right? I hope. So I'm just gonna tap here. And you see, you don't have to do a lot. You don't have to put a lot. It just gives you some good color. I'm gonna turn this brush around, get the Pomelo Peach from House Labs, and then just kind of add here. That's it. You know what? Let me tell you the time. We're doing all this and I haven't told you the time. It is 7:48 in the AM. My phone is still asleep. I'm gonna finish up the face and for real, I'll be back. Blush. Okay, blushes are looking really good, but let's get in here. Oh yeah. It's not like creating any texture or anything. Oh my God, look at this hair. You see how just smooth it is? Here too. Okay, let's turn off the lights. You guys know when I turn off the lights, you can just see a little more. You see, it's not patchy or anything. I like the formula of these because it's not too liquidy. It kind of, oh my gosh, it kind of has some texture to it in which it's not thick. It's not thin in the sense that it's like super watery. It has like maybe this, I would call it maybe like a cream liquid texture because this is just how it ends up looking. The Juvia's Place and the Rare Beauty blushes are more liquid. They're thinner and they do dry down. This one has this like liquid, creamy, and hydrating feel. If you give it a little bit of dry down time, I think that's the best way to apply because they're so creamy. You allow it to dry down, create that like sticky effect, and then you blend it out and that's how you get the best result. Overall, I like them. I think they're very different in formula because they do feel very hydrating, yet they're very pigmented. They're not super watery, but they're not creamy either. They're kind of all, it's like a 4-in-1 situation, you know? So they're liquidy, creamy, hydrating, and pigmented. Let's do a wear test because I do have oily skin and blushes tend to typically fade throughout the day. So I'm looking at the blushes and they have this very subtle shimmer, but I'll actually insert footage here with my phone turned off. I mean, the lights turned off. When I turned the lights off, I saw it. I was like, oh wait, you can't really see it on your skin. Maybe throughout the day with skin warm, you'll see it through a little, but yeah, not there. And it's not glitter. It's like this shimmer gloss type. You guys know we're gonna do an all-day wear test today. I'm gonna come back tomorrow. Insert the footage actually now applying the blushes just to let you know how they look, how they blended out. And this is my lip combo right here. No Whining and Rocky Road from NYX. Been my jam lately. Bye. Blush. Ooh, here's the pink one. And here is the coral. This coral one is beautiful. Look at that. I think I look nice and blushy. It gives a nice flush of color. I will say this formula is very different from any other liquid blushes that I've seen in this sort of packaging with the doe foot. I just like that it's a creamy liquid type of foundation. Blush, because it just has that good texture, that like stain and blendable texture, you know? Okay. Bye. Familia, I'm back. It is 7:13, you guys. We've had the blushes on for about 11 hours, but you know, I got some footage for you at around 3:30 to show you how the blushes were looking. Honestly, looking very much intact. I didn't see anything fading. Everything looked nice and pigmented and very vibrant. I feel like we look really good. This one's fading a little bit. This one has been vibrant the whole time, a little more vibrant. I do love this coral shade. I think it's beyond beautiful. You can see it's not fading. It's not patching. Sometimes with skin warmth and oily skin, it just breaks product down. And look, you don't see any patchiness. You don't see anything going wrong. These blushes right here are amazing. I really like the formula. I like how it's like a thicker texture. It's liquid yet creamy. It goes on very nice on the skin. Like it really lays and blends out very, very well. So these are definitely a yes for me. Like I told you guys, I will insert the wear test for tomorrow. Cutting in. Welcome back to day numero dos. Here we have Berry Wine. I love this shade. I was looking at the Rare Beauty ones to see if I have a dupe, and I don't. There's no shade the Rare Beauty blushes have that looks like this. It's beautiful. It's like a pink burgundy mix. And then this rose shade, I feel like is a little bit too light. The pearls I was showing you yesterday, I can't really see them when I apply it on the skin, so they're not that prominent. So just the FYI, especially today because I'm using it a second time. But I really noticed today also is that building it, you'll get the most pigment, because you saw when I first blended it out, it doesn't blend away, but it just shears out a lot. And then when you add on top of what you already have, although it's very sheer, you will get that pigment going quick. Kind of have to use a little more product than the Rare Beauty ones. The Rare Beauty ones, you apply, you get that pigment, you're ready to go. It's not a big deal, but it's something I did notice yesterday and today. Overall, I like the shades. I like the blendability. It looks great. I set a little bit with the rose shade from Armani's powder, but just very little so you can see. This is the rose. It's very natural on my skin tone. Maybe more of a natural everyday look. And this one, I really like it. It's like pow, pow, pow. I'd say I love like these three shades right here. You guys know we're gonna do a wear test. It's about 8 o'clock. These are definitely a yes. And I would say, I think I found 2 dupes for the 3 that I have. So for Pinky Promise, it's Happy. For Dusty Rose is Worth. Coral Crush, it's Joy. e.l.f. is the left one. e.l.f. and e.l.f. next to the Rare Beauty one. So I would say the shades are duped. I do feel that texture of e.l.f. is a little more on the hydrating side, although Rare Beauty does have a dewy formula and a matte formula. e.l.f. appears that these are all like that dewy formula. It kind of dries down to a thicker texture, kind of like the foundation. Let me insert the check-in. Really quick in daylight, the blushes. Here's the rose shade. Here's the wine shade. They look good. You see that hydration on both sides? I like. Okay, you guys, right in front of sunlight, looking good, looking good. These are yes, honestly just work so freaking well, pigmented. I just love them. I definitely don't look astala today. I think my makeup looks really, really good. Let me know your thoughts. Are you planning on getting these? If so, let me know, and let me know what shades you're planning on getting. I will tag and link them down below. And thank you so much for hanging out with me and spending a little bit every day with me. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, click the button right there, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.